Cheat on Love with you. Nipper Time by Riga is going to be blazing up in a little while. But I'm hanging out with the one, the only Didi man. This brother man is the other half of Kelele Takatifu. There's the short guy who's the shorter half. Then there's the taller half of Kelele Takatifu. But I gotta ask you though, did you guys break up? Because I keep saying the other half of Kelele Takatifu. I don't know whether I'm supposed to say Didi man who's on his own tip, his own thing.
Yeah. So, well, breakup is a very big word. No, I think we just pause for a bit, and you know, we have different interests at the end of the day, as much as we're a group, and we think that there's no better time than to explore our different ideas and our different strengths.
But you can still explore differences together. You see, it's like when a couple go through a challenge in their marriage, they, even when they differ, they still explore their differences together.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, there's some of them that you can't do while you're together, and all you have to do is like pause for a minute, then go do those stuff, and you know, when God speaks, you'll come back together. But
fam, you're speaking to me too broad. What are some of these things that you can't do together?
Let's say, like, you know, Moji is planning to do, he has already started doing like a lot of MCing and a lot of, it's very difficult.
That still doesn't stop you from doing a collabo. Come on, fam.
Well,
give me the juice. Give me the real stuff. What happened? What challenges did you guys face with Moji?
Well, from doing a collabo, you can do a collabo. But when you're in a group, man, it takes a lot.
Takes a lot to do what?
You know, you have to
for over 10 years.
Yeah, we've done it for over 10 years.
No, you've not done it for over 10 years. You guys have just done it for 3 or 4.
No, in 2006.
Yeah, that's when you started. But when we knew you, it's about like 4 or 5 years. So you guys have only done it together for 4 or 5 years. But you know what? We'll get deeper with Didi, man. I want to find out what really happened. Right now, here's half of Kelele Takatifu, which according to them has taken a pause. A break. The last time I heard a shorty tell me this, when I was, that was, I think, in high school, when she told me, yo, let's go on a break. I never got back together. I'm not going to point fingers at that, but what do you think of Moji's new jam? Because I saw you pushing it on your Instagram.
I think it's amazing. Moji, let me tell you, of the top 10 artists I love, Moji is one of them.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I remember that's what Kelly Rowland said about Beyonce when they just broke up. But it's so good, fam. It's so good.
You know what? What people don't know, Moji is very talented in singing, both in singing and rapping.
Writing. I know he also writes amazing music.
Yeah, he writes amazing music.
Because I know he's the one who wrote Kumbe Kumbe for Bahati and Mr. Seed. So I know he's a talented musician as well.
Yes, he is. Yeah, and actually in Kenya, I don't think there's someone who can freestyle longer than Moji.
Longer. So
that's
in short,
a very bold
what
statement.
Didi is saying, Moji, is that you rap for too long. By the way, Bahati recently got married,
Yeah.
And I mean, his marriage came amongst rumors of the wifey, or traditional wifey, because he didn't get married in the church. He got married traditional style, from what I saw in the photos. What are your thoughts on that? Like, I mean, it seems there's this trend that gospel artists are doing, where somebody gets pregnant and then they rush for a wedding to show that, things were clean and all that. What are your thoughts?
Honestly, I don't know about the pregnancy, but I love the fact that he got married. Man, that's amazing. That's what people should be emulating at the end of the day. Like, you know, young people, bana, hizi vitu zinatusumbua hapa.
So would you get married young?
Yeah.
Are you getting married young?
Yes.
Do you have a girlfriend, Didi?
I hope I'm still young.
Do you have a girlfriend, Didi?
No.
Basically, this guy is speaking by faith. We're gonna be back. Here is some whether other half or not other half. I'm getting confused with this story. But anyway, now that we're talking about your music and all, we're in this season in Kenya where there seems to be a lot of confusion. In that everyone is confused. Like, we have an election on Thursday, yet there's a faction of us that believe there's no election on Thursday and all those things. What would Didi Man's be one message to Kenya in this season of up and down?
I tell guys, at the end of the day, your life is yours, you know, and these elections are stuff that come and they go. And at the end of the day, think, you know, do these elections change your life? You know, before you throw stones, before you claim that, you know, I support this guy, I support Raila, I support Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto. As in, have they changed anything in your life? You know, Kenya, the good thing, the amazing thing about this country is, you know, we don't really depend on the government to do everything. Kenyans are really hardworking, and that's why we have a middle class that has really, really increased over the years, and let's just keep that going.
Yeah.
Man.
And you're about to play your jam, Tuliza.
Yes.
What was the inspiration behind this song?
Well, let me just say, over the past 3 months or 4 months, I've been going through a lot, and my troubles too mingi sana.
Nah, fam. Nobody says they've been going through a lot. What are these things that you've been going through?
Man,
were you depressed, Didi, man? Were you struggling with depression?
No, at some point I was
Because it
depressed.
seems to be a thing that has happened this year. There's a huge faction of young people that have been going through depression. I mean, we've seen so many suicides happening, left, right, center, even attempted suicide. So were you going through some mild depression of some sort?
Well, let me just say this: depression is real, man. Yeah, it's very easy for you to be. It's very easy for you to sit down there and just look at someone and why are these people being depressed? But it's very easy. It can happen to you anytime.
Yeah, I know. I struggled through depression for about 2 years of my life, so I know what you mean.
Yeah. So during that moment, I was like, wow, manze, I don't know. Will I ever be back on my feet? And something just came to me. I think God's voice just came to me and told me, at the end of the day, Satan is lying to you. Anakuenjoy, anakuambia huwezi come through his situation, anakuenjoy. Then I'm like, wait a minute. All this time, I thought I'm alone. Kumbe kuna so many people who are going through a lot of stuff out there. Yes. And Satan lies to you all the time that niaje, uko peke yako chito, uko peke yako nani. And you're not alone. So I was like, wait a minute. Satan, you're not gonna keep me here. Yes. You're just bluffing.
Were you going through depression because you and Moji were having issues?
No.
It's okay. You see, you guys are like in a relationship. So it's understandable if you felt, my boy Mazel.
Well, we've been having issues all through our life. It's normal. As in, if you're working in a company, if you're working with other people, you have to go through issues. If that was the reason, then
were you heartbroken, Didi, man? Did a girl leave you? Did a girl cheat on you?
No, it's not about a girl. Yeah,
it's just you're just looking at life and you're just feeling.
Well, it's about other stuff.
Ama
mulipigana stuff.
Ama mulipigana sababu ya Subaru. So you guys used to drive on a Subaru.
How do you even know that? Dude,
I'm a radio presenter. My job is to research people's lives. What does Tuliza mean?
Tuliza is, when you say someone anajipuliza, it means, it's like he's bluffing. He's not that. How will I explain this?
You know what? While this brother man is looking for his words, here's the brand new one from Didi man. It's called Tuliza. From Didi man. Yeah. He is the other half of Kelele Takatifu on Kiss FM, and this is the Maloko show. But man, before you were still stumbling, you were having a stumbling block as to what Tuliza means and what your song talks about. I was like, brah, you wrote the song. I mean, you didn't write the song. It's okay.
I did.
If you got Pitson to write your song, like every other gospel artist in this country, we won't look down on you.
Let me first tell you something. This was the hardest time, because you're used to writing a song as a group. You just do this one verse or two verses, then you pick, between the two verses which one is the best. But this time you're doing everything yourself. That was really hard, and it gets you to a point.
Did you get to a point where you called Moji? You're like, yo, bruh, I'm having a hard time. I've gotten to this line. Help me out with the other half.
I wish I would, but a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
I will not say anything, but I know there's a verse in the Proverbs that talks about pride. But I'm not pointing any fingers.
No.
I'm not pointing any fingers. So when you're talking about Kupuliza and that he's bluffing, were you in that point? I mean, you were talking about how you were struggling with depression. Were you in that point then? Is this a song you wrote in that moment, or did you write it after you got out of it?
I wrote it in that moment.
So were you trying to tell the devil you're bluffing?
Yep.
What was the devil telling you to do, fam? It seems that I want to hear. What was the devil telling you to do?
Well, he was like, you know what, just drop everything. You don't need to go through this music thing. You don't need to go through this trying to minister thing, trying to speak. Just stay at home. Just do nothing. And I'm like, no, you're not getting me there. I won't allow you to. Yeah, man.
So you told the devil no.
No.
So you'd have just sung for him. There was that song. It was Satan lower, 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 lower. Satan lower. See, you have just sang for him that song.
Well, that's someone else's song. That's someone else's experience. Now, this is mine.
Yes.
And, you know, so many people identify with this stuff out there.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
true.
Chito.
You know, it's true, because I know I've gone through depression. I struggled with depression for about 2 years of my life. I attempted to commit suicide 3 times in my life. So I know where you're coming from. I understand the pain you were going through in that moment and the confusion you were probably facing. So I get you, fam. I understand you.
Yeah, and at that time, you actually try and avoid everyone.
Oh, yes. And you say things at that time I was on radio. So I would come on radio and be like, having a great day.
Yeah.
But inside, I was struggling. I was struggling seriously. So I understand where you are from. But I do believe one thing, though, Didi, man. I sure do hope that you got a woman that was giving you some inspiration. And this one right here.